Hi, my name is Mike Taramikan. I'm the senior producer for Tiger Woods PGA Tour 08 Next Gen. It's great to have Tiger Woods moving to Tiburon because Tiburon, along with EA Canada, are really kind of the hubs of EA Sports, and pretty much all of the EA Sports development happens there. So it's good to finally have Tiger Woods kind of under the umbrella of EA Sports games, so that we can share technology and innovation and stuff, amongst all our franchises. So one of the best things about moving the franchise to Florida is the fact that Tiger Woods actually lives about 15 minutes from here. We sat down with Tiger and just spoke about what he thinks about, what it means for him to play golf, to play championship golf and professional golf. But it was kind of interesting to really get some of the details of what goes on a PGA Tour pro golfer's head while they're out there playing, so that we can use those pieces, those little insights, and put them into the game. The first thing that we actually learned, which was very interesting, is that golfers don't just think about where the pin is all the time, because they all have great swings. They can all hit the ball straight, and that's all fine. But there's a lot of strategy that goes into not only where do I want the ball to go, but how do I want it to get there. There's a lot of draws and fades and different kinds of shot types that they need to know. And it was important for us to try to develop, to take that approach into the game, so that it's not just a matter of, there's the pin, I just need to hit it straight. If there's water in the way, if there's sand in the way, if there's, kinds of obstacles and stuff, you have to start thinking about the shots that you need to make. So the way we kind of described it was, it's not what clubs are in your bag, but it's more like what shots are in your bag. So what we want to do is really take that insight into the game, where our players start thinking about it. So it's not, it's not just a matter of there's the hole, I have to get the ball close to it. Is you start thinking smart, and you start thinking strategically about all of your shots, because that's what Tiger does. That's what all the top golfers do. So what we've done in the game is we've added controls that allow you to aim your draw and your fade as well. So rather than just kind of only knowing where your straight shots go, you'll know where every one of your shots is supposed to go to. Another thing that we've added this year is the notion of confidence. So rather than just focusing on kind of hard skills like power, accuracy, spin, and stuff like that, there's also the notion that your golfer has a certain level of confidence based on the shots and the situations that he finds himself in. So if, for example, I'm facing into the wind and I need to draw or fade, well, if those are shots that I do often and I'm successful at those, then my confidence will be higher. Hence the aiming circle that I see will actually be smaller, because less degree of error is associated with it. But if on the other hand I need to fade, but I usually don't, the circle will be much bigger, and hence there'll be a lot more risk involved. One of the trademark features of the franchise over the past number of years has been game face, and it's easily the best character creator in any sports game. So one of the challenges that we had with Next Gen is we thought, well, how do we take this trademark feature that's the franchise has really been known for, and how do we take it to the really the next gen level? And what we decided to do is really kind of focus on what it is that users try to achieve with the feature. And that is, in most cases, to put themselves in the game. So we thought, well, how do we do that very, very easily, where there's no artistic ability required, no need for any kind of knowledge of anatomy or anything like that. Just how do you set a couple of values and go. And what we came up with is a solution whereby if you use 1 or 2 photographs of yourself and set certain markers on key spots like your eyes, your nose, cheeks, and mouth, the program will actually generate a 3D head based on your photo. And as opposed to simply taking your texture and putting it on sort of like a generic head, what this does is actually calculates the topology of your face, and that gives us the ability to then take that head and insert it into game face as we used to with a generic head. And sort of like at the end of the day, what ends up happening is that face is then animatable completely. So you'll blink, you'll talk, you'll be upset when you do poorly, very excited when you do well. We also retain all the functionality of game face. So if you're used to adjusting the nose, giving yourself different hairstyles and all that kind of stuff, you can still do it and still retain all the animation and all the personality from before. So we thought it would be great if we actually gave our users, if we built a community whereby they can share some of their achievements and some of the stuff that they've done in the game, but more so than just sort of showing off, actually creating gameplay around it. So for example, if I go play Pebble Beach and I score an amazingly low score, I can then post that entire round online so that somebody else can download my round and play along with me. It's different than an online tournament where you simply get the score. Here, you play along and you see exactly what I've done, and you try to beat it. But it also works in other modes as well. So rather than just focusing on entire rounds or 9 holes or stuff like that, we like to take that whole experience and take it on a shot-by-shot basis. So if I'm playing a game and I somehow bounce the ball over the water and it still manages to hop onto the green after skimming the water, that's pretty cool. I want to see if somebody else can do that. So we've built is a system called GamerNet that allows users to record interactive replays of anything that's happened in the game while they're playing, post those online, and see if other people can beat them. And if somebody can beat what you've done or even match it, they earn points. And the more difficult the challenge that you put up, the more points that it's worth. And hence people can just sort of go online, see what other players are doing, try to do better than them, really rack up the points and move their way up on the leaderboard. So, but then again, it's up to the community to decide what's fun. And hey, if they want to bounce balls off a cart path, awesome.